Storytelling and real-world examples make psychological safety observable. The concept can otherwise remain abstract. Sometimes readers agree it is important without being able to identify how it develops, deteriorates, or affects performance in everyday work. In psychological safety at work, the case studies connect theory, organizational models, leadership behavior, team interaction, and workplace consequences. They help readers move from asking, "What is psychological safety?" to asking, "What would this look like in an organization?" The case studies help readers see that psychological safety is created or damaged in ordinary organizational moments. A question in a meeting, a response to bad news, a performance conversation, an ignored suggestion, a reported mistake, or a disagreement with authority. The power of storytelling is that it makes hidden processes visible. Readers can see how silence develops, how trust is lost or strengthened, how systems reinforce behavior, and where intervention is possible. In that sense, stories serve as a bridge. Theory explains psychological safety. Cases show readers where to find it, how to diagnose it, and what to do about it. An organization can appear successful, meeting targets, growing revenue, maintaining a polished culture, or producing strong short-term results, while still lacking psychological safety. Performance outcomes are lagging indicators. They do not necessarily reveal whether employees feel able to question decisions, report risk, admit mistakes, or challenge ineffective practices. So you have to think about these signs psychological safety may be lacking. And its meetings are consistently quiet or unusually agreeable. The honest conversation happens after the meeting. The same few people do most of the talking. Leaders request feedback but react defensively. Bad news reaches leadership late. Very few mistakes or near misses are reported. Employees provide surface level participation. Ideas are instrumental and experimentation is rare. Employees protect their reputations instead of solving problems. Workarounds become norm. Employees rarely challenge questionable decisions. Anonymous feedback differs sharply from public feedback. Performance pressure is accompanied by fear. Burnout, disengagement, and turnover exist beneath strong results. Employees believe speaking up will not change anything. Policy is developed when employees raise concern. That is, so those concerns do not rise again. The strongest warning is a persistent difference between what employees know and what the organization is able to discuss openly. Leaders and employees who want to strengthen psychological safety should begin by treating psychological safety as a measurable organizational condition, not as a communication slogan, employee benefit, or one-time training topic. The first step organizations can take without treating psychological safety as just another temporary initiative is to determine where voice is being encouraged, where it is being suppressed, and what employees believe will happen if they ask questions, report mistakes, challenge assumptions, or deliver bad news. Most critically is to buy my book, where I outline an intervention model which presents a clear sequence: assessment, leadership development, team communication practices, organizational system alignment, and cultural reinforcement. These elements must work together to strengthen psychological safety for improvement on this topic in organizations to last. I approach writing this book that could speak to such a wide audience across different industries and professional backgrounds by beginning with a workplace problem. That is nearly universal. People often possess important knowledge but remain silent because they are uncertain about the interpersonal or professional consequences of speaking. That problem can affect a graduate student entering the workforce, a frontline employee, a manager, an executive, a consultant, or an academic researcher. Starting with that shared human and organizational experience, allow the book to address a broad audience without becoming disconnected or overly generalized. The goal was to make the material scientifically credible, professionally relevant, and practically usable. The preface explains that the book treats psychological safety not as a motivational slogan, but as a measurable and observable organizational phenomenon shaped by leadership actions, team interactions, and institutional systems. It also explicitly identifies leaders, managers, scholars, and students as intended readers. The companion guide for professors offers a manner to guide students to differentiate psychological safety from comfort, harmony, leniency, or low accountability, while examining how leaders, teams, and organizational systems either encourage or suppress voice. The workbook also helps students evaluate psychological safety using survey data, behavioral evidence, maturity models, and case-based reasoning, including applied learning resources such as a 20-item psychological safety survey for analysis, a maturity model for case diagnosis, a graduate case analysis template, a research to practice translation worksheet, and a capstone consulting project. The companion workbook can help faculty members teach psychological safety in a way that is engaging, practical, and academically meaningful for students because it translates psychological safety theory into structured classroom learning, applied case analysis, research to practice assignments, measurement, practice, and consulting-oriented skill development.